Welcome everyone to another exciting Python project called Kitten Parkour. In this project, we will have a cat sprite that can only move on fixed paths while avoiding sharks. The cat's task will be to collect as many apples as it can. In this project, we will be learning a new method to control a character based on a key press. This method uses something called decorators. Decorators provide extra functionality to the user. Defined function. As shown in this example, a decorator starts with an @ symbol. A decorator is always mentioned just above the function definition line. In this example, the press function will be called when the user presses the left arrow key. The decorator used in this example is part of the PyLeap library we're using throughout this project. Let's also look at a different method of assigning values to a variable. In some situations, we want to manipulate a variable's value and assign the answer again to the same variable. In previous projects, we use this method. In this method, we have to write the same variable name twice. Python has some specific operators to make these statements shorter. These assignment operators are listed here. Both methods are equivalent to each other. We will use these operators in all our future projects. Now let's build our game. Start and prepare a new project. We will start by adding all the sprites and drawing all the rectangular shapes. Create a variable named cat and call the sprite function. Write the coordinates and the size of the sprites as shown in the video. Similarly, make other two sprites called shark and apple. Make sure the difference in the x-coordinate between each of the sprites is 100 pixels. Now, let's draw the rectangles. First, we will draw a white backdrop rectangle with the size of the window. Next, inside the draw function, draw 4 different rectangles which will act as the path on which all the sprites will move. These rectangles will also have their x-coordinates separated by 100 pixels. Use the coordinate values as shown in the video. Draw all the sprites after drawing the rectangles, because we want the sprites on top of the rectangles. Run the program and check. Now, let's program the downward movement of the shark and apple sprite. Make the speed variable towards the top of the screen and assign it a value of 3. Inside the draw function, decrease the sharks and apples y-coordinate value by speed. Now you can see that both these sprites are falling toward the bottom of the screen. Once they go beyond the screen, we want them to come back on a randomly selected path. To do this, we will have to use the random library. Add an if condition which checks if the shark has crossed the screen. If it has, select a random number between 1 and 4. Multiply it by 100 and assign it to the x-coordinate of the shark. Add 75 to the x-coordinate of the shark. By doing this, the x-coordinate of the cat will be randomly selected to align with the center of one of the rectangular paths. Now, fix its y-coordinate to 450. Make a similar program for the apple sprite as well. Run the program and check. Now, let's define the behavior of the cat sprite when the left or the right key is pressed. When the left arrow key is pressed, decrease the cat's x-coordinate by 100. When the right arrow key is pressed, increase the cat's x-coordinate by 100. Run the program. As you can notice, cat can now move with key presses. But we do not want it to move anywhere other than the rectangular paths. Let's add some limits to the cat's movement. When pressing the left key, If the x-coordinate of the cat becomes less than or equal to 170, set its x-coordinate to 170. Similarly, in the right key press, if the x-coordinate of the cat becomes greater than or equal to 470, set its x-coordinate to 470. Run the program and test this feature we just added. Make another shark sprite and name it Shark 2. Create the programs for the second shark sprite, just like we did for the first shark. Now let's define the behavior of sprites upon their collision with other sprites. Declare the speed variable as a global variable inside the draw function. If the cat collides with the apple, set the apple's I-coordinate to 0. This will force the apple to go to a random path and start falling down again. When the cat touches one of the shark sprites, the speed will be set to 0. This will stop the movement of the sprites, which will give the impression of a stopped game. The last step will be adding a scoring system. Make a score variable and make its value 0. Declare this variable as a global variable. Increase the score by 1 when the cat touches the apple. Make a text object to show the score on the screen. The text to be shown is concatenated with the value of the score variable. Place this object towards the top of the screen. Draw this object at the end of the draw function. We have completed our game. Run the program to play it. As a practice, try adding 2 more rectangular paths, one on the left and the other on the right side of the screen. Good luck!